Hello, this is Indo World Cup Daily coming to you from tour. Well, we were just inside in Ireland training there, and there was a nice moment at the start of Ireland training there with the ground staff and the police around here.
Yeah, so it's Ireland's penultimate training here at Tour at their base at Stade de la Chambéry, and they brought in the ground staff and the police who've been here in big force. You can probably hear them laughing in the background. They've got an Ireland jersey and an Ireland ball in the car. Ireland made a presentation to them, said thank you, took a picture with them that they'll get to keep, and yeah, tomorrow they train here, and then on Thursday morning they ship out, and it's Paris as long as they're here. So it's nice that they recognised it. I think they came with big fanfare. They kind of leave, they kind of slip out on Thursday morning. It won't be a big deal, but they really feel like they owe something to Tour, that they've really enjoyed their time here. We've enjoyed our time here. It's been a great base for them, and I think they're quite sad that they can't stay here if they do make the knockouts and they stay here for a little bit longer. So yeah, it's off to Paris soon, but we'll just see what state they're in.
Yeah, and all the players were out training there today. Now there was just a little bit of concern. We're going to talk to Mike Cat later, but over James Ryan and a hand injury.
Yeah, just a bit of a whisper. Didn't maybe do a lot of training last week. It wasn't really overtly talked about within the Irish setup, but he was wearing very heavy strapping on one of his hands today, and the fact that he's togged out in his training is a very good sign. Jack Conan was training, Dan Sheehan, no ill effects from the game before, so that's positive. But you'd wonder with Ryan whether given what's coming and the size of this game, if he does have some sort of hand injury, will they look at resting him for this game or not? It's too early to tell. As I said, we'll talk to Mike Cat later. We'll find out more as the week goes on. But a bit of a concern because he started against Tonga, came off early. Started against South Africa, came off early. I think he's come off early in all three games of this World Cup. We kind of thought that was a management thing, but maybe he's carrying something. We don't know. Yeah.
Now you were making the argument in the paper this morning about Conor Murray and that he should start this weekend against Scotland. Like he's been in great form.
Yeah, I think a lot of the selection decisions this week are tossed to the coin calls, and Jefferson Gibson Park will not let Ireland down if they start him. But I do think he reward form, and Conor Murray is in exceptional form. I think he's back at the levels that we saw him maybe around 2016-17. I thought he was exceptional off the bench last weekend. And Gibson Park just hasn't quite been at his best. And there's no harm in rotating if you've got a really strong player to come in. There's an argument for playing Robbie Henshaw. I think you stick Bundyaki. You stick with Bundyaki and you back his form. I think Murray's playing very, very well, and he wouldn't let Ireland down. I do think the kicking games will be very important against Scotland. South Africa got huge change off their kick chase game. Murray's the best box kicker in the world, probably apart from Faf de Klerk maybe. And he will be a very good option against, whether it's from the start or finishing the game. I would start him personally. Andy Farrell may have different ideas.
Yeah, well, Andy Farrell will name his team on Thursday. Will and Luke will be back later with a bumper episode of The Left Wing, so keep an eye out for that.